Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Look at this great big bottle. Big Monster 750 milliliter bottle. This is Wood Knot. And this comes from the Jessup Farm Barrel House. And these guys are out in Colorado. 7%. And from the different information that I'm getting from Beer Advocate and Untapped, they've probably done several different editions of this beer. This is the whiskey barrel aged black ale coming in at 7%. Beer Advocate has it at 6.20, but Untapped does have it at 7%. But as soon as I scroll down, the first guy that says he's drinking it says it's so good, and 9% doesn't hurt either. So I'm guessing they've done multiple versions of this and with different ABVs. This one right here says bottled on March 1st of 2017, right here on the side of the label. It's been stamped in there. And I really can't tell if somebody's actually written, everything looks like somebody's taken a purple marker like this and wrote this information on the label. Really what it looks like, somebody's handwritten it on the label. So maybe they're using the same label for several different versions of beers they're doing, and just having somebody write on whatever's coming off the line at the time. So this was sent to me by Nate. So thanks again, Nate, my brother, for sending all these wonderful Colorado beers that you have been sending me. This is a black ale. So you could go a lot of different directions there. Black IPA, black pale ale. I don't know what to expect here, guys. So, Untapped has it listed as a dark ale. What kind of dark ale? And Beer Advocate's got it listed as an American black ale. Well, that's what it's got here, black ale, whiskey barrel aged black ale. So, I don't know what to expect. We're about to find out in just 30 seconds or so. Like I said, this was sent to me by Nate, and he tells me here on his note here that it was $14 for this bottle. So, not a cheap bottle to buy, but it's a barrel aged 750 milliliter. I mean, that's a lot of beer. So, it is what it is. So, and I don't recall having a whole lot from these guys, Jessup Farm Barrel House. So, nothing is sticking in my mind or standing out. Maybe I've had something from them, maybe not. They all run together after almost 2,700 beer reviews. But nothing is standing out in my mind that I can recall. Anyway, let's get on with this. I don't want it to be a 30-minute video. Since it's a black ale, that's actually not technically a recognized style, either black ale or black IPA or whatever. So the food pouring says none. The glassware, pint, becker, Nonic tumbler mug, side ale, oversized wine glass, basically whatever you want to pour it in, it sounds like. I'm going to use my favorite tulip glass, the solvent beer glass. A little bit of hiss, a little bit of smoke. It says here, not recommended for extended cellaring. Let's say the standard average range. Well, it's only 7%. Should keep for a little while, but it depends on how hop forward it is, guys. And plus, it's been whiskey barrel aged on top of that. So if it was hop forward and they didn't re-dry hop it, the hops may have faded or have faded, being in the whiskey barrel. I'm just not a fan of barrel aging hoppy beers. We lose that. I'm not a fan of barrel aging a lot of coffee beers, because sometimes the coffee fades too, depending on how long we leave it in there. It looks to be rather carbonated, so we back off on this aggressive pour. that's enough in there right now. Alright, a finger and a half of head on that pour. It is fairly dark. Getting a little bit of red rubbiness down through here. A little bit of mahogany redness down through there. A little bit of light coming through. So it's not stout black, but it is a black ale. Ain't no doubt about it. That head seems to be growing. It is. That head. We're up to 3 fingers. It's a lie. I say it's a lie. Yeah, it seems to be very carbonated. So I don't know if it's if it's unfiltered or re-fermented brewed in bottle of Fort Collins, Colorado. I don't see anything about that on here, but as you can see, it's up above the glass now. It's still growing. All right, let's get a nose on, see if I can smell anything through all this thick head. Rich roasted malt, black currant, little bit of bittersweet chocolate. And that's about it. Look at that. I mean, it's still growing, guys. I mean, it's about to overflow the glass. A little bit on the overcarbonated side, my friend Nate. And it's still growing, so let's see what we can do here. A little bit of metallic taste. No, a lot of metallic taste. Like I said, on the aromas, a lot like the taste. Rich roasted malt to the burnt characteristics. Black currant, bittersweet chocolate, which may be lending a little bit to the metallic taste too. Look, it's still growing, guys. Unbelievable. Definitely an overcarbonation problem. Didn't come spewing out of the bottle, which is a good thing, but once we started pouring it, it did agitate it just a little bit. Here it comes again. So a lot of these breweries haven't got a grasp on what the carbonation should be, or what it is after it's been in the bottle for 2, 3, 4 months. So slightly overcarbonated, like I said. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to get any more in there. So let's let it settle down, pour her a glass, and see what we end up with. More than likely that metallic taste is going to dissipate a little bit once it airs out a little bit too. So let's do that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sitting on it for about 30 minutes or so. Other than being overcarbonated, it's some nice beer, guys. It's very subtle hints of the whiskey barrels. So I don't know if they were first run whiskey barrels or if how long they left them in those barrels. Now that it's warmed up, same deal. Rich roasted malt. The metallic taste is gone. It usually, that's the way it usually goes. Black currant, bittersweet chocolate. Not getting about a dark fruit or anything. Maybe a slight hint of maybe some caramel or toffee or molasses in there. But the whiskey notes are very subtle, guys. It's not like big bourbon notes you're going to get and smell and taste. They're very, very subtle. You have to actually look for them. If I did not see that written on the bottle, I would not realize it was done in a whiskey barrel. So it is a pleasant beer. Nothing outstanding, though, unfortunately. A nice black ale. Final chug. Alcohol is very well hidden. Decent beer. B+ for me, guys. 88 is where I'm putting it. Over to Beer Advocate. Not enough people have commented on this beer. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So there are at least 5 more comments or postings on the site for them to post something about the beer. But the ones that did post thought it was very nice. Final check-in, we're run over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 3.93. That is their B+ grade to me, right? at the A- category. So I agree with that. That's where I'm putting it. It's a very nice B+ beer. The whiskey notes are very subtle. They need to either have first run whiskey barrels or leave it in there a little longer to get more aspects of that. But they put that on there, and they can charge you more money because it says whiskey barrel aged version of the beer. So you know how I feel about that. If it's going to be done in a whiskey barrel, it needs to be a first run whiskey barrel, and it needs to be in there long enough to pick up those nuances, maybe a little woodiness or some whiskey aspects on the beer. So not getting a whole lot of that. So, but a decent beer. Once again, Nate, thank you, my brother, for sending it to me. Let me try it, review it for you guys. If you've had this from Jessup Farm Barrel House, this is their Wood Knot Black Ale, Dark Ale, however you want to call it. Decent beer. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Nate. Come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.